Hello, friends. This is Kyle the Vegan Jedi on behalf of Project Animal Freedom. We want to share some exciting updates with regard to our first annual Midwest Vegan Speed Dating extravaganza. Tomorrow, on Valentine's Day, Sunday the 14th, from 7 to 9 p.m. CST. We are very fortunate to be collaborating with Karine Charbonneau of findveglove.com acclaim. She is also known as Vegan Cupid. She has run over 1,000 different speed dating events, and we're very fortunate to have her on board for this event. Karen, would you like to discuss who you are and what services you provide?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So I am Karen, also known as Vegan Cupid, and I apologize, it's super sunny right now. So I'm Vegan Cupid. I am a vegan matchmaker and a dating coach. And for the last 10 years, I've been helping vegan singles find love in various capacities. So for quite a number of years, I hosted speed dating events that were exclusively for vegetarians and vegans, and they were so much fun. And let me tell you guys, these events truly do work. So I'm really, really excited for, everyone who has signed up tomorrow to try their chance at love. And you never know when, where, and how you're going to meet that special someone. And my favorite story actually comes from the very first speed dating event I ever hosted. And this was in California. At that event, there's a couple that met, and a few years later, they got married. And they are not the only success stories. I've had multiple people meet at these events and get married, end up in long-term relationships. Many friendships were formed, amazing connections were formed. So these events really are awesome.
Absolutely. And this event is more than twice as large as our vegan speed dating event a couple years ago. We didn't have a vegan speed dating event in 2020 due to the pandemic, but we did have one in 2019 and about 30 people attended. However, it was just for the St. Louis region. This year, it's open to the entire Midwest. So you have the opportunity to meet dozens of people from across the Midwest who might be interested in forging a relationship with you. You may not find the one. I'm not going to make any promises that you'll find the one, but at the very least, you should walk away with several new friends from the event. We are using Glimpse, which is a special app specifically designed for one-on-one speed dating. It has other uses as well, but we're using it for this purpose. And you can upload your social media contact information and have that automatically display for each person you connect with. As such, if you hit it off, you will have that person's contact information, a way to reach them, perhaps several ways to reach them. It's going to be a very exciting event. I'm personally very lucky because another one of our board members will be officiating, which gives me the opportunity as a vegan single to try to date with other vegan singles. And it's just so special. I'm so glad that Karen has been doing this for so long, because dating as a vegetarian or vegan can be a very lonely experience. There can be a lot of heartache and frustration connected to dating a non-vegan. As an ardent vegan animal rights activist, I would seriously struggle to date somebody who still eats animal products. It's much easier to date somebody who already shares some of the same core values that I do, at least when it comes to veganism and animal rights. As such, we are bringing together all these different vegans, all these people who have the same values as you do, and hopefully many lasting connections will be forged at this event.
That's awesome. I love it. And so I see that there's quite a few people watching live. So please go ahead and leave a comment and let us know if you are in fact single and vegetarian or vegan, and let us know if you are going to the event. And please utilize me being here by asking me any questions on how to prepare for a speed date, what kinds of questions, what can you expect? Like, really feel free to leave a question, leave a comment. And if you're watching the replay, I will quickly try to read and reply to the comments today and tomorrow. You can always tag me if you have a question. I'm happy to help you. I really want everyone to have like a really fun and relaxed, experience. It is kind of intimidating, but it's really fun. And trust me, like, because after doing these events for so many years, I've heard a lot of people saying that it's nerve wracking. And yes, it is, but it's for the fun of it, right? So if you go in there with the right mindset to just have fun, no expectations, and just see where it goes, like you never know what kind of magical things can happen, right? And it's kind of like I've been for the last year. I've been hosting virtual veg parties, also known as Zoom hangouts for vegan and vegetarian singles. And I've had people meet at these events as well. Like, they are so much fun. So let's see. Yes. So Kirsten is saying single, vegan, and attending the speed dating event tomorrow. Awesome. So Kirsten, have you ever participated in a speed dating event before? Let us know. And while we wait for more questions, so you guys may be familiar, may be new to StreamYard. If you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, if you authorize it, then we'll be able to see your name when you're commenting. And if you are watching this from the Find Veg Love Facebook group or Find Veg Love Facebook page, just know that this is not my event. I'm really just helping out Kyle because I love love. I love supporting other vegans and especially supporting the wonderful organization that he works with. So I'm all for doing whatever I can to spread the love. I actually have, it's my busiest time of the year, right? So I have this event going on tomorrow, which is right before the speed dating event. So if you're at home, if you're looking for fun stuff to do, please tune in to the show. It is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. So it's a show for the Plant-Based Network. You'll be able to watch it live on my Facebook page, Find Veg Love, and Facebook group as well. And the live audience will be voting for who the Bachelor will be going on a virtual date with. So this is like super, I've never done this show before. I did a show that was somewhat similar to this, but this is a twist with getting the live audience to vote. So please tune into that and get all ready for your speed dating afterwards. So let's see here. I see a couple comments coming in. Let me just take this off. Okay, so Kirsten says that she has not been to a speed dating event before. So, 5 minutes goes pretty fast. It really does. So try to not ask like too much small talk questions. I would say, and try to prepare your questions ahead of time. And it's okay if you ask the same questions, right? But be prepared. Think about what's really important to you and what kind of information you're trying to determine. But and this is a tip that I used to give people all the time, is you're not trying to figure out if you want to marry this person, right? So don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're there to have fun, and you're there to determine if there is an initial connection. Really, that's all there is to it. Is this person enjoyable? Do I like their vibe? Do I, want to learn more? Well, if yes, then, give it a chance. Vernon says, I'm single and I need to see good female male ratio. Yeah. So, and this is something that, a question I had a lot of when I was hosting the speed dating events. And let me tell you, it was really, really hard to get equal numbers or pretty darn close to it. Right. So, Kyle, what can you tell us? What can you tell people about the numbers of what it's looking like so far?
Let me begin by telling you the fiasco we encountered in 2019. Don't worry, we're not going to have a similar fiasco this year. But back in 2019, when we had our first vegan speed dating event, we had about 30 people register. 27 of them were women, and 3 of them were men. So I dumped $200 in ads on Facebook to get more men to attend. And by the end of it, we had about 8 men to about 30 women, 20 or so women. That was somewhat of a disaster. This year, we're very fortunate. We didn't dump $200 on ads just targeted toward men, only to be called anti-gay. this year we have a much, much better balance of males and females. It's about 1-to-1. And more excitingly still, about half of our registrants identify as LGBTQIA+. This is an incredibly diverse event. We had a problem in 2019, A, of not having many people, B, not having a balanced ratio of men to women, but C, for the 2 or 3 LGBT folk who did attend, not having enough dates for them. This year, the reverse is true. Each person should have at least a dozen matches if they identify as LGBTQIA+. I would have to take a look at the exact numbers, but the last we checked at about 70 registrants, it was almost perfectly even, which is a surprise because about 2/3 of vegans are women. Apparently there are a lot of men this time around who wanted to sign up, so we are pretty close to parity, believe it or not.
That's amazing. And again, Kyle, I know how much work it is. I mean, whenever that would happen when I was hosting my events, if I had like a huge gender, unbalance, I would unfortunately cancel, because for me, people were actually, going out of their house and, investing time. So I wanted to make sure that it was really worthwhile, right? And I actually have a couple of funny stories too, specifically in the South Bay of California. A couple of times there were actually more men signed up than women. And it's because there's a lot of vegans in tech, especially men, in the South Bay, so San Jose, Santa Clara areas of California. But, this is a virtual event. This is for, raising money for the wonderful nonprofit. So even if you do show up and there ends up being way more men or women, whatever. I mean, you're just there to have a good time and support a great cause. So, and just know this is it's a lot of work. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing speed dating events. I was doing it full time. It was really stressful. So I resigned from that. But yeah, and even now that I'm just doing the vegan matchmaking and coaching, there are way more vegan women than there are vegan men, and so much so that for my one-on-one matchmaking services, as of this year, I'm only taking on men, and it's because it's raining vegan women. So men, like really, there are so many vegan women out there. I know it may not seem like that, but I assure you there are. Okay. So Kirsten is saying that she's coming to my show. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. So does anybody else have any questions for speed dating? Again, I'm happy to answer them. I'm here for you as a resource. I would love to do what I can. And also wanted to take the opportunity to encourage all of you to sign up for my Veg Love Vault. Okay, so if you go to the speed dating event and it doesn't work out for you, highly recommend filling out a profile. Let me just take that off. There you go. So that it's free. And this is not an online website. This is not an online dating website. It's not searchable. It's for my eyes only. Okay. So you fill out a profile, and this is how I find amazing matches for my clients. So for tomorrow, for example, this event that I'm doing, I found 3 amazing women in the Veg Love Vault as potential matches for my clients. So there's no guarantees that you'll hear from me, but it's a chance, right? Everything that the speed dating event, filling out a profile, participating in dating things, it all contributes to putting yourself out there, right? So, and that's what you need to do in order to find love. You have to have the right mindset. You have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, to be vulnerable, to get out of your comfort zone. And yes, attending a speed dating event is definitely stepping out of your comfort zone, right? But that, again, those are the things that are needed in order to be able to find love. So, I'm very proud for all of you guys who have signed up for the event and are giving it a try. And I also have, if you guys are interested, so like I mentioned before, I do these Zoom hangouts. I was doing 2 to 3 per month. I've scaled back to doing it to just 1 per month because yes, it's a lot of work. These are not speed dating events. These are completely different. Okay, so there's there's no like needing to have equal ratios of men and women. It's really just about connecting, making new friends, meeting amazing people from the comfort of your house. So, but yeah, if you have not signed up for the speed dating event tomorrow, I highly, highly recommend you give it a try. It's like super affordable. I used to charge $40 for my events because, that was my full-time job. I put my heart and all my time and energy into it. But, and Kyle made it generously, donation of $10. Please like consider donating more if you can to be able to raise as much money as possible.
Yes, thank you very much. And we kept ticket prices low because we didn't realize how much interest we would have in this event. And we didn't want to have people pay for an experience that may not be as rewarding as like a $20 ticket would entail. And now that we have 70 people signed up, it's clear that there's a lot of interest. We'll probably have the same starting ticket price next year, and then as time rolls on, have $15 tickets, then max out at about $20 tickets. And there are a couple things I want to say about the value. This is not like an ordinary dating app experience. This is connecting A, with real life people, and B, with real life people who happen to be vegetarian or vegan. If you're like me, you're a vegan sexual, you want to only date with other vegans. It's just too uncomfortable to date with non-vegans. If you're a vegetarian, you might find it very stressful to date a non-vegetarian. Yes, you can provide outreach to these individuals and try to get them vegetarian or vegan, but it can be a years-long pain-inducing process. I know many people who are disgruntled because they live with meat-eating counterparts. They love that individual, they just don't love the food they eat. At this event, you don't have to worry. Everyone is vegetarian or vegan. It's a little vegan paradise. And everyone is single or polyamorous and looking for other people to connect with. Another way I want to emphasize the value is that you can easily spend $20, $30, $40 a month on a dating service. And you don't get to meet real life people in many cases. Much of your business would be conducted online on the app. And second of all, very few of them are vegetarian and vegan. As somebody who's used about half a dozen dating apps, I can tell you they are very few and far between. I have an OkCupid account, and it's all about me as an animal rights activist. Do you know how many people have reached out to me? Precisely 0 vegans. And I know hundreds of people have seen my account because I coughed up a bunch of money to get this premium account, but no one's interested in me. But at this event, there's a chance somebody might be interested in me and my activism. That is the value of this event. You get to connect with other people who share your values and who can appreciate why you eat and live the way you do.
Exactly. It's, again, these events, they truly are special because it is so hard. I hear this every single day, right? I have a very active Facebook group, the Fine Veg Love Facebook group. It's all vegetarians and vegans from the US and Canada. And I hear from a lot of my clients, a lot of people, that just the dating apps don't work for them, right? They work for some people. It's not impossible. It has worked for some. But, I personally much prefer this kind of approach where you are supporting, someone who's vegan, who's organizing this. And it's extremely valuable. I mean, events take a lot of time, a lot. And, when I was doing the virtual veg parties, when I was doing 2 to 3 per month, like, it was really fun at first, but then it got really hard, right? So that's why I'm like, hey, I can only do this on a monthly basis because it's hard getting the word out, right? But yeah, I think, the speed dating is a great opportunity to be able to meet new people. And if you don't end up making a connection with someone, please don't feel bad about yourself, okay? This is just one event. You're not meeting hundreds of people. So please don't get discouraged. Please don't think that there's anything wrong with you. Just know that you're doing something positive, whatever the outcome is. And if you go in it with that mindset, that you're going to experience everything so much differently. So just know, you got to keep trying. You got to put yourself out there. You got to keep trying new things, and don't give up, right? That's the most important advice that I can give you. All right.
Absolutely.
So I don't see any other comments. So we can wrap it up, Kyle, unless you have anything else to add. And again, if you're watching the replay, feel free to leave a question. I'm happy to answer it. And I hope that you will be able to tune in tomorrow to my show, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you are not part of my Find Veg Love group yet, please join that. There are so many amazing vegan singles on there. Also, if you go to my website, findveglove.com, under dating advice, I would love for you, when you have a minute, to check out these videos. These are videos of my available bachelors and bachelorettes. And perhaps you're watching, perhaps you'll be watching one of the videos and you'll think of a friend, coworker, or family member that might be a great potential match, right? So who knows? And also, I have a great resource for you guys. It's totally free. It's a 30-minute class. And the class is really designed to help you think really deeply about what might be potentially going on as to why you were single when you don't want to be, okay? So I drop a lot of truth bombs in there. I give a lot of really valuable advice, which will really make you think and kind of assess your situation. So I would love for you to sign up for that. You just go to findveglove.com/Cupid class. It's 30 minutes. Please, take the time to watch it and really listen and pay attention to it. So don't do it while you're multitasking, or else you won't be able to absorb the information as much. But so I encourage you to check that out. Get into my Veg Love Vault, and sign up tomorrow for the event if you have not already. Okay. Really, what I always say to anyone who's questioning like whether they should participate in something like this is, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, so really, really think about that. What's the worst that could happen? So I hope that you guys all have a fantastic time at the event if you are going. And if you have any questions for me at all, feel free to reach out to me. I love connecting with people as much as I can. So thank you so much, Kyle, for the opportunity to be part of this. It's my pleasure to be part of it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Karine, for joining us. Tomorrow is going to be a splendid evening. And yes, just ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe there'll be one or two embarrassing moments, but you'll probably walk away with at least a few friends, more than compensating for such moments. What's the worst that could happen? You don't find a date. That is pretty much everyday life for being a single already. So there's nothing to fear, and you have nothing to lose and potentially quite a bit to gain. If you haven't registered already for either this event or one of the events that Karine is putting on, please do so. I consider the premier vegan matchmaker in the entire world. She offers unparalleled services that I don't believe are matched anywhere else. And we are correspondingly incredibly grateful that Karine is working with us. And Karine, I sincerely hope you join us next year as well.
Of course, sign me up. I'm there. Not as a single. You know what I mean? All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope you have a great time. And after the event, leave feedback in the event page and say what your experience was and if you've made a love connection. Because for me, that was one of my favorite parts, is seeing how many matches happened after these events and hearing stories. And I still hear stories from people that attended my events years ago of them getting engaged, getting married, having babies, like all kinds of amazing things. So that's the best thing that you could do is, share your story with people. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.